receiver number 4, Carson Ashford. The quarterback of the Tomahawks.
Welcome in STSPN Friday Night Lights. It's Glacier Peak and the Marysville-Pilchuck Tomahawks live from Veterans Memorial Stadium on the campus of Snohomish High School. Scott Ohsman along with Sam Stoddard. Sam, how are you?
Scott, could you ask for a better night than tonight? We've got two teams, each undefeated, going together. Friday Night Lights on a beautiful evening. It doesn't get better, man.
It does not. It is absolutely gorgeous for late September here in the PNW. You're absolutely right. Something's got to give. Glacier Peak coming in 3-0 off a big win against Woodinville down there at Kinko. You see the great cameraman Martin right there and our Glacier Peak Grizzly cheerleaders. So they are feeling good. They had the win over Snohomish, then they went on the road to Monroe. They're coming off a big 49-7 win over the Woodinville Falcons, and now they meet Marysville-Pilchuck again 3-0. I mean, the Berry Bowl was got silly. They 56 even at half. They end up winning that game 63-13. So quickly for Marysville-Pilchuck, what are the big keys they need to do to win tonight?
Yeah, there's a couple things. We need to see them win the run. 419 average rushing yards across 3 games is just incredible. So having them continue to win that run is going to be really important. Offensive line and defensive line, they really need to take advantage of that as well. They have incredible size on the front line for each of those. We'd love to see them continue what they've done in the first 3 games. They're 3-0, so we know what they're doing is working. And turnovers. We've got incredible talent on Glacier Pink. Number 15, Lechner, had an incredible game against Woodinville last
Yes,
week.
he did. He was a beast. And then for Marysville-Pilchuck about the run, they got to keep the run going, and it's all around the head coach, Brandon Carson, his 15th season. It's all about his boy, Dylan Carson. 40 carries, 734 yards, Sam, 12 touchdowns. He's a machine.
Unbelievable.
So if Marysville-Pilchuck, they want to run the ball. We talked to head coach Brandon Carson, and everybody knows what they're going to try and do is you got to try and stop the run.
Right.
So what did he tell us? He said, hey, we're just going to have to throw the rock.
That's right. He's not afraid, is he?
He is
said
not.
Already, we only have 14 attempts across 3 games, but no fear. We're ready to go tonight.
And he's got a heck of a quarterback, Jace
right.
Luton. And if you know that, the senior, 6'1", 185, number 7 in there, and the traveling visiting Whites are the Tomahawks here as we see the captains coming up. He's okay to throw the ball. They have some good receivers. They just haven't had a chance to. They were in control of those games. They really didn't have to throw it. And he's looking forward to that part of his game.
That's exactly right. And Coach wasn't afraid to tell us. Even last game, there was incredible weather. It's not the way it is tonight. They're not afraid to throw it. I'm excited to watch what happens.
And for Glacier Peak head coach Shane Keck in his 4th real season, we had the intermittent seasons just last spring with 5 games. He said this is the best and biggest offensive line he has faced so far.
Yeah, he talked about it and didn't have any hesitation in giving credit and saying that's what our focus is tonight. We've got to stop the run. That's our focus. That's where we've been practicing all week long. They're ready to go.
And they have gotten a great performance so far. Their quarterback, River Lean, number 5, the junior, coming in 42 of 68, 718 yards, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And River Lean runs the ball, but he's got plenty of help, as you talked about. Trey Lechner, number 15th. Well, I mean, this kid is unbelievable. He does it all. His all-purpose yards. He can run. He can catch. Against Woodinville, he had 29 carries with 183 yards, 2 touchdowns. He averages 183 yards per game in all-purpose, Sam. How do you stop 15?
I think the key is as well, especially if you watched last game, the types of runs. I mean, being hit and yards after each hit, it's unbelievable to watch the passion and the power with that. I don't know if you can stop. I think that's the key to the game, right, is can you?
Yes. Who can stop the run? And can the Tomahawks, we don't know really how great their defense is. Right. And that's what head coach Brandon Carson is excited to see. As you see the captains out there for the coin toss, our referee, our white hat tonight, Dean Corcoran. along with Gio Newland. Shout out to Gio. Craig Johnson, Brian Clutt, and Ken Mayos rounds out our referees. There's Gio. You might know him a little bit, do you, Sam?
You know what? I've known him once or twice. He's an okay guy.
He didn't know that you were doing this game. It's kind of funny. We surprised him down before the game. I got a kick out of it. I don't know if he was really got a kick out of it, but it was fun. It was a fun surprise.
We forced him to say hello.
And Carson for Marysville-Pilchuck gets all the love in, and he should, but Jordan Velasquez, number 10, the 5'11", 185 senior, he can run as well.
Yeah, I think that's what's so interesting as we go into tonight, right? We have 419 average rushing yards across the 3 games, but it's not one person. They really share the rock. I think that's what makes it so difficult for Glacier Peak to prep for tonight, because Marysville-Pilchuck is so talented and balanced on that run.
And we also talked to offensive coordinator, first-year offensive coordinator, Brandon Howe, first year. Also shout out to his wife, by the way. Apparently she listens. And he's done a great job. We're going to pause here. We'll talk about that just a second as we look at the color guard and the national anthem live from Veterans Memorial Stadium.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Back here, Scott Ohsman, Sam Stoddard with you. It's Marysville-Pilchuck and the Glacier Peak Grizzlies, both 3-0. This is going to be a great contest here as we are just about ready for kickoff. A lot of games tonight going on, Sam, in the WESCO all over the state. And we'll try and check in. Got Lake Stevens and Archbishop Murphy at Lake Stevens, KRKO doing that game. So it'll be interesting to see how the Vikings do over there. Only their second game. What a huge win against O'Day last weekend, which is another, anytime a WESCO gets a Kinko, it's a big deal.
That's right.
As you see, Glacier Peak there in the home blues, and they will try to see, I think Marysville-Pilchuck won the coin toss. They deferred. but I could be wrong. I think they did defer to the second half. So number 25, Sam McAfee, will do the kicking for Glacier Peak, and Marysville-Pilchuck will start it off. And we talked about just in the open a little bit, these two offensive and defensive lines are studly. They are so big, they're so strong, and that's going to be really interesting to see. And both coaches agreed to see who wins in the trenches.
Yeah, and the proof is in the pudding, right? Was it 63 points last game Marysville
Yes.
Pilchuck put up? That is incredible. That front line gets credit for so much of that.
And number 10, Jordan Velasquez, is the return man for Marysville-Pilchuck, and the Tomahawks. He'll start right there, the 5-yard line. We're ready for kickoff. Here's Sam McAfee for the Grizzlies. And we're off. Velasquez, he's going to return it maybe from the 1 or 2. Straight up the middle. Finally taken down around the 27-yard line.
So I've got a flag out there as well.
Okay, Caleb Coffer, number 2 for Glacier Peak, there on the tackle, but we are early with a flag. It's like a holding call on Marysville-Pilchuck. Dean Cochran, our white hat tonight, so that'll start him back. That'll push him back a little bit as Gio Newland does the duties. That's costly. You don't want to start the game off. You see that return. He had a nice return, Sam. Or illegal block in the back was the official call. So he'll start 1st and 10. Jace Luton at his own 7-yard line. And we'll see if their first play of scrimmage is a run. You have Carson the back, and they sweep it. It's like a little play number 2, and he's got room and more. Here comes Behar. And a huge gain all the way up to midfield for Michael Behar. It was almost like they pitched it right to him. Let's take another look at that, Sam.
Yeah, you and I were joking on the way here, Scott, saying, are we going to still see a 419 average? It looks like it, doesn't it? They're starting off strong.
You're going to mark him at the 46.5. My goodness, what a run. A huge play getting him out, and it's 1st and 10 for the Tomahawks. Jace Luton under center. Velasquez gets it this time, and he's on the right side, and he'll be taken down. This time the Grizzlies see that one out. And a short gain for Jordan Velasquez. 11 carries, 254 yards, 5 touchdowns coming into tonight's contest. So they are a triple-headed monster. They got a lot of kids that can run the ball.
Yeah, and on that last one, I think I saw Luke Owen in there first for Glacier Peak. What a great read cutting right in. That's what you need to do tonight. Marysville-Pilchuck will run all day long if you don't get in there early and often.
2nd and 10, no gain on that. Here's Luton back to pass. He pitches out trying to go to Velasquez. No one there, a little too much sauce on that. Incomplete. He'll set up a 3rd and 10. And we saw that play last week at the Berry Bowl, although you could barely see it because of torrential downpour.
That's right. We talked to the coach who said the ball would just be picked up by the wind and shaken. Tonight's a much better night to throw, but we want to see connections like that a little bit more often.
Highlight the offensive line here from Marysville-Pilchuck. Opening drive, 10:33 left to go in the first quarter here. 3rd and 10. We'll see the big boy. They give it right up the gut, and here's Carson. Dillon breaking a tackle into Glacier Peak territory. 1st down and much more up to the 31.
Just incredible. I mean, we saw this all game long last game. Carson is such a talented runner. It's going to be a very long night for Glacier Peak if he continues to have success going right up the gut like that.
Well, they wanted to run it, and they're in business. There's a big 3rd down and 10 right here. 1st and 10 Now at the GP 33, Luton under center. He's going to look to pass. He tries to go over again to Behar, and I don't think he knew it was coming.
Yeah, it's almost same play, just reversed. It looks really good, just the connection that keeps missing.
So they've gone horizontal passing, those flat passes, screen plays. Let's see if he's going to go vertical at all tonight. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the GP 33. 9:55 left in the first quarter. Scott Ohsman, Sam Stoddard with you here, STSPN. 2 3-0 teams. Glacier Peak and the Cascadia Preps ranked 8th. Marysville-Pilchuck ranked 7th, and they hand it up to Carson, or do they? No, they do not, and they get it to Behar. And I was talking to our cameraman Martin before the game saying, hey, this wing tee's hard to see
That's
at
right.
the ball, and my binocs are the culprit there.
Also, how about Michael Behar? 2 right off the bat. Fantastic job.
He has done great. He had some sweep runs at the Berry Bowl last week. That they can hit you all the way. Everybody keys on number 5, Dylan Carson, and for good reason. That'll bring up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 3. Velasquez down the wing on the left. Jace under center. He gets it to Carson. No, he pitches it back out to Velasquez, and he's got a first down now down to the 10. Boy, I'm trying to watch the ball, but they are scrappy. Look at that. What a great fake to Carson, and everybody was fooled.
Incredible misdirection. They're doing such a fantastic job of that.
Freezing those linebackers, and it's another 1st and 10. That was 3rd and 3.
You know it's a good fake when they fake everyone in the stadium out as well, Scott.
That's true. This big offensive line, the center, number 70, Diego Lucero, 5'9", 245. Josiah Frank, 6'5", 295. It keeps on going. 1st and 10 from the 9. 1st and goal. And this time, it's number 3. He gets outside. Touchdown, Tomahawks. And that's Galen Gray. His first touch tonight, but a 9-yard run.
Yeah, and you talk about Glacier Peak trying to prepare. Think about how difficult that is. Look at the different runners in one drive that Marysville-Pilchuck had the opportunity to be able to hand the ball to. That's hard to try to protect against.
A 93-yard drive ends up in a touchdown with 9:04. So they get the ball. They were pushed way back, and they had some big runs as Wolf on for the extra point. Hold is good. The kick is up. And just like that, Sam, 9:04 left to go here from Veterans Memorial Stadium. The Marysville-Pilchuck Tomahawks up 7-0. Back here, and Marysville-Pilchuck, impressive. They had a couple passes, Sam, out to the flat, but nothing good. But their misdirection and their magicianry as Jace Luton, the quarterback, you don't know, and they're keying off Carson, but Velasquez had a huge run. Behar had 2 big runs, and then they finish you off with number 3, Galen Gray, for the 9-yard touchdown.
I think it was 3 different backs got carries on that. So you talk about play call variation and personnel variation. How do you defend against that?
Well, it wasn't easy, as you can see. Keep in mind, up to this point, Glacier Peak, the most they've ever given up is 21 points in their first 3 contests, and that was against Monroe as Wolf kicks it off, and back to receive it is Claps. He's going to take it right from the 1. Or no, this is number 1, and he's coming up the near sideline, and he gets cracked down. That's Gabe Russell, the 5'8" junior, with a good run back.
And I want you to watch the hit. This is actually the kicker. Ashton Wolf, coach, had incredible kudos talking about Wolf pregame, but it was all about his leg. He didn't tell us that he plays hits like that out.
He did not. Apparently, Wolf, though, if we talked about this came down to field goals, he was fine with that. So GP, their first of the night. Lechner, number 15. He's been the big horse they've been riding the first 3 games, running, passing, catching, doesn't matter. And he'll gain 3. The transfer played for Snohomish, played receiver last year. We were talking to offensive coordinator first year Brandon Howe, and he was like, hey, I know you've been catching the ball. What do you think about running the ball?
Yeah, as soon as you said the words Lechner, his eyes and smile just lit right up.
So 2nd and 7 as River Lean. He'll hand it off to Lechner. Lechner trying to find some room. Go on the outside. Stiff arms Carson, number 5 in white, and they take him down, drive him out. Maybe they'll give him 1.
As a really good read by the front line on Marysville-Pilchuck on that run.
Carson Asper, number 4 in white, also there on the tackle, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 with 8:01 left to go here in the first quarter.
You and I talked a lot, Scott, with Glacier Peak, the incredible talent that they have. It's going to be exciting to watch what kind of balance they can put forward. 2 runs early on, but I think they've got a lot of surprises tonight.
They've got a really good offensive line. River Lean going to go back to pass as time steps up. Now running, looking, and he lets it go, trying to go to Claps too much. He had Claps, had a beat on his defender. Number 11, incomplete, and that's going to leave him 4th and 9.
And don't forget, we talked about what were the keys to the blank game for Marysville-Pilchuck, and we talked offensive line, defensive line. Look at that showing by the defensive line. They applied pressure each time. They were really trying to get in there. Great energy. That's what we talked about. They need to be able to do that, not just one drive, but each and every drive this game to really slow down that offense.
Notable, number 4 we saw kind of on that side, Cooper Jensen, the phenom tight end wide receiver, also on defense. He was out for Woodinville, but he is back tonight. Same thing with the big fella Austin Emmons, but they will have to punt. Sam McAfee doing the punting duties. He gets it. And Velasquez will let it bounce, a GP bounce down to the 23-yard line. And that's where the Tommies will try their second drive. But if you're Marysville-Pilchuck, you are excited about your defense right now. That was a great defensive stand for them.
Yeah, I loved what you said in the beginning, Scott. You said, how good is that defense? Well, we're seeing a bit of that. This is an incredible first drive for them.
It is early, but we'll see what they can put together. Jace Luton, the senior, they had a 93-yard drive last time, and he gives it off. And this is, yes, number 2. I'm checking myself at Michael Behar. Now I don't have any confidence.
That's right. They loved that mixed direction. They ran something really similar when it was back on their own 10, but a much better read with Glacier Peak.
Just straight up. Again, I talked about Josiah Frank, 6'5", 295. Blake Jones, 6'3", 240. Up front for the Tomahawks. And then Caleb Potts, 6'6", 280, senior. And then, of course, the big senior, Nate Elwood, also a senior. This time they go right up the gut, and it is Carson, and Fant, 54 in blue, takes him down, not before he gets close to another Tomahawk first down. In fact, they're going to give it to him. As you see up front, Sam, what's going on?
Yeah, we talked to the Glacier Peak coaches in the beginning. They love their middle linebacker crew. You saw how much talent they have just with that run, that read. That's what we want to see from them. As Marysville-Pilchuck wants to run tonight, we want to see Glacier Peak meet them and stop them.
Well, they're going to have to stop. So far, they haven't been able to quite catch up to the run yet. Luton under center. Velasquez in motion. They get it to Velasquez on the corner. This time, the defense shows up, and he's stuck for a loss. And that's big number 8, Grayson LaFleur, the 205 senior. Grayson LaFleur, boy, he saw that right from the beginning, kind of came, shot through the gap. And that's a big play for this Glacier Peak defense, puts them at 2nd and 14 on their own 30. Luton under center. Velasquez in motion. They kind of delay, hands it off, and Carson on the left side, he'll gain 4 of 5, gets to the original line of scrimmage, and Dylan Carson gets them in reasonable now, 3rd and 8 for the Tomahawks.
Yeah, you know, on defense, so much of what these teams are doing, it comes down to confidence. Glacier Peak, you can just see a difference between these first 2 drives.
Reggie Valmonte there, 22 in near screen. He's trying to get the crowd pumped up. Big play for the GP defense. 3rd and 8. And they handed the first guy up through, and nothing is there. They sniffed that one out. Dylan Carson couldn't get through the big surge here, and the defensive line here took over.
Yeah, and we saw Michael Fant on that, 6'1", senior, incredible read. I think that's 2 reads on that.
Also, Adam Troxel, 66, came in there, and that'll lead to a 4th and 6 on their side for the Tomahawks. And number 6, Ashton Wolf, does the punting duties as well. Coach for the Tomahawks telling us that Ashton, he's hitting some 52-yarder field goals in practice.
Right? He had such good things to say about Wolf.
And we'll see, and that is Claps on the return. He's got to go back. Good punt, and he loses it. Ball still loose. And I think Glacier Peak is going to recover, and they do, but a dicey play. Jaden Claps, who's been great, averaging 62 yards on kickoffs and some punt returns. Glacier Peak, they dodged a bullet right there.
A massive bullet. That is not the area you want to give the ball over to Marysville-Pilchuck, especially with a team that's so talented in the run.
So they'll start at their own 16-yard line. Last drive, 3 and out. Lechner in the back. They get it to Lechner, and he's crushed right immediately by 22. Noah Faber, the 5'10 junior, right there. I mean, he knew exactly what was going on.
Absolutely. And we've seen this a couple of times now where the middle linebacker crew really make great reads and get in there early. Last week for Woodinville, we saw a lot of yards after the carry from Lechner, but a couple really good tackles made early on here, Scott.
16, Torrey Watkins there on the other side. Leaves him at 2nd and 13. Snap is bobbled, goes down. Riverline has it. No, he doesn't. Pilchuck, I think, has the ball at the GP 1 or 2. No, he says he's down. They said Riverline was down and is going to retain possession, but Boyd backs it up to the 1.5-yard line.
Yeah, number 52, Nathan Elwood, came up with the ball for Marysville-Pilchuck, but looks like it's still going to stay in Glacier Peak's hands for now.
Nate Elwood, the senior, he is a beast. Tremendous player, 6'3", 270, but this puts him right back. 3rd and 24. Not a lot of plays in the playbook for that. And they just give it to Lechner, but I don't know if he's going to get there. Forward progress, they're going to give him a safety? Our referee is going to spot the ball at like the half-yard line. And so far, the Marysville-Pilchuck Tomahawks, they are winning the battle on the line of scrimmage so far, Sam.
It's really, I mean, it is the key that we talked about tonight. The coaches shared that same emphasis. It's going to be one on the line. That's who wins tonight. You're seeing a really incredible performance so far by Marysville-Pilchuck.
If you're Glacier Peak, you are lucky that that was not a fumble recovery by MP.
Well, and it's really that drive, right? We saw it started off with the reception on the fumble.
And it's taken at the 40-yard line. Down to the 20. Has some room. Talk about good field position. Lucian Curtis with a great return.
Yeah, and it's back to the talent they have when it comes to rushing the football, right? We have Lucian Curtis coming. That's his first time. They had Velasquez back there for the last 2. They are not afraid to put talent and have the ball handed off to those individuals, and they really do a good job.
Oh, there's a flag, and it is on Marysville-Pilchuck. And they've had only 2 flags tonight have been on them. So you'll see them walk it back and a good return. They'll still be in good shape as far as field position, up 7-0 with 1:37 left to go here in the first quarter. And give credit to the Tomahawks, Sam. GP's kind of on their heels a little bit here.
That's right. That's absolutely right. We asked about who is going to come in and lay the first couple points on the board, and Marysville-Pilchuck certainly came in with some confidence.
Here we go once again. This offense fakes it, and they give it to Carson up the middle. He drags a Grizzly with him, and Torrey Watkins goes for the ride, and Dylan Carson will gain 4 or 5.
Yeah, and that's Torrey Watkins. Let me remind you, 6'3", tight end, senior, also plays on offense. Really good talent there. Great tackle.
The pride of Gold Creek. Shout out to Timothy B. Boyle. The neighborhood. Mr. Watkins, Darren Watkins, Kayla Watkins. Big family around here. 1:08 left to go. Leaves them at 2nd and 5. And they are enjoying running. Luton under center. Deceives. He gets to Carson up the gut again, and he drives the pile, and it's going to be a first down for the Tomahawks. Big 76, that's Austin Emmons on the tackle. Also there, Baxter Cox. Finally bring him down, but they're in good shape with another first down.
Yeah, what do you do, Scott? You had both Velasquez and Carson in the backfield. They've run a couple misdirections already. I imagine the front line is trying to focus so hard on where that ball's going.
Jamari Jefferson, 13 way out, spread out as they get the ball, and this is Velasquez. And he sheds the tackler, kind of hangs out down the tiptoe. And a big gain there.
Yeah, and that was Ryan King, number 10 on Glacier Peak, who got out there really early. Wasn't able to bring him down, but really good effort getting out into the flats.
Ryan King having a great year on the offensive side as the running back. Some great runs, but also in defense, and they're going to need everybody here. And it's going to, they only gave him 2 there, so 2nd and 8. But this first quarter, as we go down, 19 seconds left, has been all Marysville-Pilchuck. This time, they get it over, and that's Galen Gray gets the carry.
So did you see Austin Simons or Emmons, excuse me,
Yes,
on Glacier Peak? Did you
76.
see that tackle?
Yes,
Holy cow.
he's a big boy, 6'7". Look at him.
Look at this. Great.
You can
read
barely
gets in
see
there.
Gray.
That's right.
Gray's no longer. That's going to end the first half. Like it leaves them at 3rd and 5. The Tomahawks up 7-0 on STSPN.
Tyler and Matt, Waterline.
Hey, how you doing? We're here in the U District on a Thursday, replacing all the buried galvanized that's in the line.
Each of our homes depend upon their connection to water and sewer.
Hey, we're under the porch, putting in all new PEX, replacing all the galvanized, including the hose bib.
Over time, these lines age, change, and break down.
We're making our last connection. Matt's capping an old galvanized water line, and we should be done for the day.
Our Waterline team can help to make sure your connection runs smooth, healthy, and clean.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Back here, live from Veterans Memorial Stadium on the Snohomish campus, Snohomish High School campus. Scott Ohsman, Sam Stoddard with you. And Marysville-Pilchuck, Sam, they have been all business. This is a road trip, and it is. They got their suitcases.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, there's a lot of game left, so I don't think anyone's jumping any conclusions, but impressive is the word that comes to mind when we say Marysville-Pilchuck.
A beautiful night here in late September as Jace Luton goes underneath. He'll hand it to Carson. Carson left side, drags a couple defenders. He is a hard tackle, but he's brought down there. Again, Torrey Watkins there with him, but still a gain, leave him 4th and 1. Didn't get to that first down, and I mean, no doubt you're going to go for it here, aren't you, Sam?
Oh, no question. No question. I feel like the offense has earned that, right? The way they've been playing, you know that that's an easy decision for them to make, especially being this close to that end zone.
So here's another long drive. They have eaten up the clock, and Luton's going to take it himself, and he'll make the first down, no problem, over that right side. Great job there by the big kids up front.
That's right. We talked about that.
Yes, Anthony Guerrero, 6'2", 255.
You just get behind that line. They've been pushing all game long. That ties back to what we talked about in the beginning. Incredible rushing yards. You just get behind those gentlemen, and you just dive forward.
My mistake, that was the GP. I'm talking Blake Jones, I meant to say. 1st and 10, now on the GP 18. Luton spins, hands it off to Carson. Nothing there for Carson. No, he doesn't. It's around the corner, and I was fooled again. Jordan Velasquez just waltzes in, and a tomahawk touchdown. Wow.
Wow, is that 3? That's 3 for us, both of us.
I
fooled.
swear I had really good focus. Unbelievable. What a play. An 18-yard touchdown run. Jordan Velasquez and the Tomahawks putting it on here, 13-0.
Yeah, I keep thinking back to the talent. We've seen Behar, we've seen Carson, we've seen Velasquez. I mean, there's an incredible amount of talent they have in the backfield, and they are using each and every one of those pieces that they have.
Unbelievable, the deception. Wolf on for the extra point. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. And as we just started the second quarter, Marysville-Pilchuck 14, Glacier Peak nothing.
And it's hard to see, Scott, but I think Wolf just kicked it over the fence lining the tracks. I think there's a little bit of validity to Coach saying he's got a leg.
Oh, he's got a leg. We'll be back with more right after this.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Up here in the booth, I'm trying to figure out the magic. We got like David Copperfield situations going. I mean, he's a Houdini back there.
Are there multiple footballs down there, Scott?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I have binoculars, really good ones. Martin's doing a better job than I am, that's for sure, our cameraman. And Sarah on camera. So apologies to those viewing. You probably are screaming at the screen. Nonetheless, it's 14-0, and Glacier Peak has not been in this situation this season. And this is just standard issue here for the Marysville-Pilchuck Tomahawks. 10:52. Wolf boots it. And deep into the end zone, they're going to go a touchback is Gabe Russell. They'll start at their own 20.
You know, I think the big thing that I'd love to see here, Scott, for Glacier Peak is just some success. We want to see confidence, right? 14-0 isn't scary. You can make that up in no time at all, but we want to see some confidence. Last drive, we had a lot of mistakes. The football was on the ground a couple times. We just want to see a really clean drive here.
They're averaging 43.7 points per game, so they've got the power, but the ball is down. And it is Marysville-Pilchuck ball.
And that's Noah Faber, 5'10", inside linebacker. He's only a junior. He went in there. He got that ball about a millisecond after it hit the ground.
Look at, he sheds Emmons, and he crushes back. There's a problem with the handoff to Lechner, and that is 2 fumbles. Honestly, they should have had the other one recovered, but it was ruled down earlier, and Marysville-Pilchuck just in business on the doorstep once again. And this is a Glacier Peak team that has not fumbled much at all. Luton. Carson, breaking tackle, still going.
Yeah, just a great run by Carson. Got held up, but didn't stop, kept driving through.
And Ryder Wilkinson, who's 6'4", by the way, 190. Look at him, just trying to get him down. So strong is Dylan Carson, and it leaves him at 2nd and 3.
You know, one thing we haven't seen, Scott, is a pass. I'd love to maybe see that broken. I think they're doing so good on the run, they might continue with that.
Jace, now he comes up. He does get it to Carson. Carson on the left side. strung out there by the GP defense as Fant is there for Glacier Peak along with Ryder Wilkinson.
And a great read by Fant again. We've seen that a couple of times now. If he can step up and get to some of those runners early and often, it could really slow down what Marysville-Pilchuck's been able to do in the first half.
9:49 left to go in this first half. 14-0 Glacier Peak. If you just joined us, just a big fumble at their own 15-yard line. And they have had trouble with the exchange. A clear night, no precipitation, and we're going to get a timeout by Marysville-Pilchuck. We'll take one, too. 3rd and 1, Tomahawks threatening again. Back here, Scott Ohsman, Sam Stutter with you. 9:32 and Glacier Peak, right, ranked 8th in 4A with Cascadia Preps, and they're gotten punched in the mouth here by the Tomahawks from the 3A. Carson, just right up the middle, down to the 1, maybe inside the 1, and that's a first down, 1st and goal from the half-yard line. And that big front line, Sam, is just having their way.
Yeah, they're clearing room. I mean, Carson is an unbelievably talented runner. You see that time and time again, but those spaces, the amount of space that those gaps are able to be given, that offensive line deserves a lot of credit.
Carson again, this time he hits a wall, and a great job by Glacier Peak. Does he get in? The Pilchuck says they do. Yes, they do. Marysville-Pilchuck and Carson with a second effort. We'll see it on replay here. He's still on his leg, and he lunges forward, and his dad talked about the strength work. Get this kid a scholarship.
Yeah, I feel like if you asked Glacier Peak, where do you not want to be at the start of the second half, this is it, right? I mean, Marysville-Pilchuck can run the ball, and they can do it well, and they've really had their way tonight being able to do so.
My goodness. Ashton Wolf set for the extra. Jackson Petermeyer there for the hold. High snap. Does a good job getting it down, and it is up, and it is good. And ladies and gentlemen, Glacier Peak, the 4A, WESCO in trouble. 8:59, 21-0. We'll be back with more on STSPN.
Fred's Rivertown Ale House was established in July of 1994 and is located at 1114 First Street in historic downtown Snohomish. Each time you visit the ale house, you may expect to find new beers and new food choices. Fred's Rivertown Ale House is well known throughout the beer community. Oftentimes, we are the first choice for breweries to introduce new beers, limited or specialty beers, and beers you just won't find anyplace else. At Fred's, we like to say that once we get you through the front door, our friendly service, relaxed family atmosphere, and our quality food and beverages will keep you coming back.
Back here, big shout out to Ron the Wedge Henthorn watching at home, texted me all kinds of good notes. I appreciate it. I think Eagle Eye Ron would follow the ball better than I'm doing tonight, Sam. That's for sure.
Well, we've got 3. Let's see if we can keep it at just a hat trick. How many times we get fooled tonight?
So once again, here's an opportunity. 21-0. This team, the Glacier Peak Grizzlies, if you're rooting for them, they can score in a hurry. They have scored a lot of points as Wolf kicks it off deep, and he is not a lot of people returning a lot of kicks for Ashton Wolf, and they'll start again on the 20-yard line. This is a pivotal drive here, Sam, for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I mean, there is nothing to be afraid of. Like you said, Glacier Peak can put up a lot of points, and they can do it in a variety of ways. This should not be more than just a focus on what we need to focus, take that balanced offense that we've seen time and time again, and put together a really nice drive.
Average 239 through the air, 193 on the ground coming into tonight. And Riverline trying to get something going, fakes the pass. Now he's going deep, going first. Number 7, and that's Sharzak, Logan Sharzak, and it's just too deep. They're just not connecting. It's just a little too much sauce.
And Logan Sharzak, all the credit had to be.
Yes.
He did a great job poking up right off that line and getting a little bit ahead of the defender. Just couldn't have that connection.
Oh, and there's a penalty on the play. Yeah, he was working against Asper. And it's going to go again. 3 penalties tonight. They've all been against Marysville-Pilchuck. And so Gio Newland will bring it up. We're going to replay that and see if we can see the foul. But you see, just a little overstretched. He had another one to collapse earlier. So big break for GP. Now puts him up at the 30, 1st and 10. Gets a handoff. Now it's Lechner. Lechner trying to get some, but he's not going anywhere. And the Tomahawk defense.
And guess who? Noah Faber. Again, read it absolutely perfectly. Got in there early offense, slowed down just enough so that the rest of the team could come in there and finish the play.
Christian Van Natta, the 5'11", 170 junior in there as well. And they're going to say lost a yard, 2nd and 11. So not getting anything going here. And they're going to try and pass again. Riverline has some time. Now gets out of trouble. Looking. Scrambling. Stays on his feet inbounds and barely gets maybe a couple yards. We'll see where they mark him, though. And great defense. That was a coverage. Almost a sack there. Great job by the secondary for Marysville-Pilchuck.
Yeah, and great job on Riverline on extending the play and really trying to get something to develop. But I really didn't see any options that he had. He tried to give it as much time as he could and ended up getting pushed out there on the far side. But great job by Marysville-Pilchuck to stay home and really guard those people on the face.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the spot is. I swear that he went across but there's a flag on the play. Got Todd Elvig, our executive producer, 5-tool player, helping out here in the booth, running the dials. And we'll go to our referee, Dean Corcoran, as he picks it up. And this one's going to go against GP. That's not good for Glacier Peak. He's going to repeat 2nd down, you saw there. So Glacier Peak offense just not able to get anything going. We talked about Brandon Haw. He had all these weapons and all these choices. He's running through the playbook right now, the first-year play caller for Glacier Peak. Riverline fakes it back to pass. Now he's going to get it off. It's intercepted! Gray to the house. Pick 6. And the hits just keep on coming. Riverline. I don't know who he was throwing it to. Maybe to Lechner there with a little bubble screen, center screen, and Gray all over it. And a pick 6 to the house for Gray.
It was a great read by Galen Gray. A great read.
Oh, my. And this one getting out of hand early. Still plenty of time. 7:59 left to go in the first half. 27-0. Oh my, I have not seen this. This is incredible. What a great play by Galen Gray, as you said, Sam. There was a ton of traffic there. As the referee will see if there's another. It is a touchdown. And there's apparently a personal foul on both sides. It gets offsetting. So, Dean Corcoran talking to everybody. And Riverline, again, that's a ton of traffic. Lechner couldn't quite get back to the ball, and just brilliant job by Gray to just, he read it the entire way, as you said.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like it's a fluke. Marysville-Pilchuck has put together really great defensive drives this whole game so far.
Good snap, Wolf up with the kick, and he's getting a workout tonight. With 7:59 left, I mean, it has been stumbling mistakes all over for the GP Grizzlies, and Marysville-Pilchuck, they've been taking advantage of it. 28-0.
You know what I think is so...
Introducing Court, the new recruits. Our Seattle area plumbing company just keeps on growing. Every day, every job, every person is a champion on our team. How we support each other to support our customers is changing the game.
Hey, Gene Johnson Plumbing and Heating, Corey here. How could it possibly be this great to work for a plumbing company? Gene Johnson Plumbing really sets the bar. They are trend setting the nation for a plumbing company. My wife, in the first time in years, wants to bake and cook for my team. Gene Johnson Plumbing is my new plumbing home away from my own, and I will stand by that until I retire. I'm happy.
Experience respect, pride, and appreciation for doing great work.
Back here, everybody just a little shook here at this score, Marysville-Pilchuck. Although, I mean, you shouldn't be, I guess. I mean, I'm not, that's no disrespect in any way. Marysville-Pilchuck just putting it on, and they're causing mistakes for Glacier Peak. We've had a fumble. They actually should have had another fumble deep right at the 1 yard line as Wolf kicks off. This one's going to go to Monroe. And Glacier Peak will start again. So, Sam, you were a high school quarterback down there in Vegas. What are you telling your team now? What are the coaches telling them? What are the kids talking about here?
It's just bite-sized pieces, right? It's not let's score 28 points in one drive. We can't do that. Let's get a first down. Let's get some traction. Let's get some confidence back. Let's do what we know we can do.
Well, let's see what we can do. River Lean facing some adversity, rolls out to the right. He's got time, looking, just doesn't like it, and he has to get rid of it. He only had 2 interceptions coming into tonight, one against Snohomish, one against Monroe. He was clean against Woodinville. And he throws it away. I'll leave it 2nd and 10. He's having time, but nobody's open, or he doesn't like it.
That's exactly right. And great job again. Marysville-Pilchuck there are covering downfield, but you saw again Noah Faber right there applying pressure the whole time, making sure that Riverline doesn't just get to sit in the pocket. He's got to be mobile. He's got to move. It makes those plays infinitely more complex when you have to add in those variables.
Torrey Watkins, 16, looking over, 7:50 left, 2nd and 10, still from their own 20-yard line. Trey Lechner hasn't got going. Nobody on GP really gotten going. Here's Lean, rolls out to his right. Now he gets rid of it. It is connected to Torrey Watkins. It'll pick up a 5. That'll leave him 3rd and 5, but I think that's enough. That's the first actually completion they've had in a long time.
That's right. Bite-sized pieces, right? Let's just move down the field systematically, first down after first down, and put together a scoring drive.
Sharzak here on the near side, still looking, was out against Woodinville, but Cooper Jensen, their phenom 6'5" player that's getting all kinds of Pac-12 looks, hasn't been able to make an impact quite yet. Lean. Scrambles, fakes, now he's going to run. He needs to get that first down. He dives, and we'll see where they mark him. And they are going to give him across the 30 to 31, and that's going to be a first down. That's a big deal for GP.
Yeah, it looks like we had 52 against 52 right there in the backfield. Ref picked it up right away. This one's going to be coming back.
And that big defensive line is having their way. They're getting a lot of pressure, drawing him out of the pocket, and that hurts as they just converted one of the few first downs. They might have been their first or second first down, maybe.
Oh, and it's been a really interesting game so far, Scott. We've seen Glacier Peak here often.
Yes.
Within 10 yards from their own end zone. This is not the first time we've seen this tonight.
They have had horrible field position, and on the other side, Marysville-Pilchuck's been outstanding. 3rd and 19. Lean looking for something. Now he lets it rip. Trying to go to Sharzak, and tough catch. Not able to make it. Good coverage, double covered there by Velasquez and Carson Asper.
And I'm not giving up on that connection. The first throw to Sharzak was about 3 feet long. That one hit, looked like his right hand right there at the end. The next one, Scott, next one's going to be right on the money.
We'll see. They got to just get some momentum going. They got nothing. Here we are. Sam McAfee again here to punt. But kudos, Marysville-Pilchuck has just been outstanding. 4th and 19. And Sam McAfee getting to know his own end zone too well if you're a Glacier Peak fan, as he's second time here he's had to punt out of his own end zone. And he line drives this one. And it's bobbled, but it's picked up.
Yeah, it looked like
by
Lucien Curtis.
yeah.
He jumped right on that, didn't he? No room for second guessing.
But once again, Marysville-Pilchuck starting at their Glacier Peak 40-yard line with 6:53 left in the first.
Yeah, what I think surprises me most about this game so far, think about it from this perspective. Marysville-Pilchuck says, yeah, this is right on schedule. This is what they're used to, 28-0. This is what they're putting together, game over game.
They put 56 on the board at halftime, and two touchdown runs were called back. Jace Luton fakes it, now he gets it over, and it's Gray on the left side. Nobody sees him. Corner, 20, 10, second touchdown tonight. Or maybe the third, I can't keep track. Galen Gray.
Just unbelievable. Keep in mind, folks, he just ran back a touchdown on defense on an interception. Incredible job so far by Galen Gray in this game. And the most exciting part is he's just a junior.
Unbelievable. 39-yard touchdown run, and it's 34-0. The Glacier Peak defense cannot stop the Tomahawks. Wolf out again for the extra try. Jackson Petermeyer there for the hold. And he's getting a great workout tonight, and that is up, and it is good. 6:44-36 to zilch right now, 6:44. Back here, Scott Ohsman, Sam Stoddard, along with our executive producer, five-tool player Todd Elvig, spinning the dial. Sarah on camera, also the great Martin down there as well. And I'm not really sure what to say. A stunner, and just Marysville-Pilchuck, they are for real. You could look at the records of the competition coming in 3-0. They've never been tested at all. Over Shorecrest 52-7, Sam. Stanwood 49-14, which is kind of a rebuilding team with a new head coach out there. Getchell 63-13 in the Berry Bowl, but I did not see this coming.
No. Credit where credit's due. They have
Absolutely.
put together a great game, really absolutely defining and making their mark early and often.
And usually it kicks it right into the end zone. This one's a little short to be taken at the 5. And looking for some space, finds it on the near side. A good run back there by Ashton Olsen.
Yeah, Ashton Olsen, great job on that run back. Got it out quite a ways. A much, much better starting field position than they've had before. Great job on the return by the senior.
So if 6:35, I mean, there's still a ton of time left, and it's high school football and crazy stuff happens. So we'll see. And there you see Cooper Jensen on the far side, number 4. Sharzak on the near side. Riverline, empty set there. You got to go out and you get it to Lechner. Lechner catches it at the 49-50, now in Tomahawk territory. Still on his feet at the 37. Finally, 3 of them have to take him down. And so that's the most offensive output we've seen by the Grizzlies tonight.
Yeah, good job by Velasquez on the Marysville-Pilchuck to get a stop. I'm just thrilled Glacier Peak has a connection, has positive yardages moving forward. We talked about this team having an incredibly talented offense, very balanced. If they can put a couple of these scoring drives together, we might have a game.
So the connection there, fakes the pass. Now he's in trouble. He has to get rid of it. He gets it. And Big Nate was chasing him down. It's incomplete, trying to go to Torrey Watkins.
Yeah,
but
you run a play action fake and you turn over your left shoulder. The one thing you don't want to see is Nate running at
you don't
like
want
that.
Elwood in your
right.
grill.
That's right. Almost made a play out of it, though. Great job by Riverline.
Leave him 2nd and 10 on the MP 38-yard line. River lean, looking over. Lechner behind. In motion is Watkins. Fake the handoff, running. And Elwood again out there. The pass is complete to Jaden Claps. It's going to be at the 32-yard line and set it up now.
I've seen one completed pass so far, Scott, where Riverlean isn't on the move. All game long, he's being pushed out of that pocket, forcing to make reads on the fly.
Get it to 32. So 3rd and 4, big down here, but obviously 4 down territory. And there fakes the handoff again, lean. Got a little bit of room, and he jukes and gets across the far marker, and that'll be a GP first down if we don't have flags.
I don't see any. Noah Faber on the tackle, but again, great job. We have Glacier Peak moving the chains. That's what we want to see.
They have been behind off schedule all game. Gave huge credit to the Tomahawks here. 1st and 10, now it's Tomahawk 28. Some time now. Now he gets rid of it, and it's trying to go to Cooper Jensen, get his first touch, and it's just in the dirt. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Goes back to who's going to win the game, who's going to win the line. Talk about offensive line for Marysville-Pilchuck doing such a great job. You look at the scoreboard, you can see that. How about that defensive line, though? We'll talk about it all game. I'll keep looking over to you, Scott, because I'm impressed. They are forcing pressure every single play on Glacier
And this
Peak.
is a very good offensive line for Glacier Peak. So 2nd and 10. River now back. Got a little time now. He's flushed out. And he's got daylight, and he's just going to take the ball, run out of bounds as they're trying to save time. A good pickup there by River Lean. But talk about the coverage. He's not seeing anybody. Sharzak was covered well on the near side.
And sometimes that's what you have to do. If you kind of deduce down as he's making his reads, that's what you want to see. If we're covered downfield, we know the run isn't working well. How about QB options reading out? If that's what's working tonight, let's keep going back to that.
River doesn't have a ton of yards on the ground. Hasn't had to coming in for the first 3 games. He's let Lechner and King and everybody else do a lot of that. So 3rd down and 2. Fake the handoff. Now it rolls to the near side. He's got trouble. No one there, and he's after going to take it in the grass. And a great job by the Tomahawks.
Yeah, and that's number 44, Christian Van Natta. Read it really well, and the big thing in high school football is can you make the tackle, and he sure did.
River just trying to look for something. Wisely took it up. They've had a fumble already. They had a missed handoff. They've had a lot of issues, but now you're at 4th and 13. They had a couple first downs. They had a decent drive going.
The 2 long plays, remember, were to Jaden Claps. Let's see what they can string together on this drive.
Claps there, fake. Now he's got nothing, and there's no one there. He's got to just take it, and unbelievable. Missed assignment or something, but he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, back-to-back, Christian Van Natta. Incredible reads.
He's just a junior. So Marysville-Pilchuck takes over on downs. Once again, their defense coming up big, and Glacier Peak not able to do anything. They had a little bit going there. Their best drive of the night with 4:23 left to go in this first half, and Jace Luton brings the boys up from their own 38. He's going to go deep. It's caught. Velasquez into GP territory. At the 37-yard line, Coach Carson said, we're going to throw.
And again, I don't feel like Glacier Peak is in the wrong. We've seen the run time and time again. Of course, that's the natural read that you make. It's just by nature of the game, you have to emphasize the run, and that opens up things downfield just a little bit more.
Belmonte there on the coverage. So big first down now for Luton. But there's flags as he hands it off to Dylan Carson. Ron Henthorn, the wedge, coming in with a final. Edmonds Woodway 48, Linwood 7. Thank you, Ron. And there's a penalty flag on the play. And it's going to go against Glacier Peak. Boy, they cannot catch a break. Cameron Van Til here at the stadium, we were just told. Everett Harold, great sports writer there. Cameron, shout out to you. 1st and 5. And that's the kind of numbers you like. And it's faking Velasquez here on the near side. Fakes everybody out. And you get down to the 20 and another MP first down.
Hey, talk about athletes. We've said Velasquez's name a couple times tonight. Sometimes it's a run. Sometimes it's that deep pass we just saw. Sometimes it's a tackle on defense. We go back to just saying the word athletes. Yes. Marysville-Pilchuck certainly has them. We've seen Galen Gray, same thing, interception return for a touchdown. He also took down the most recent run on offense.
39-yard jaunt, yeah. They got it all going tonight. They're doing whatever they want. 1st and 10 now at the GP21. Luton's going to pass it. It's over. It is caught on the far side, taken down by Ryder Wilkinson. There's a flag. It's Velasquez again with the catch. And that could be on GP. Or was there not a flag?
I
guess there wasn't a flag. I thought I saw the official throw one. But I'm seeing things tonight,
right.
Sam.
We've only been fooled out about 15 times in this game so far.
2nd and 10, 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Marysville-Pilchuck just putting it on Glacier Peak. Carson almost gets loose. He's tripped up at the last second there by LaFleur. Otherwise, he gets a TD, but he'll get it up to the 12 and a half.
Yeah, I think Glacier Peak got a fingernail on his shoe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been a Carson touchdown.
Big O-line here for the Tomahawks, just feasting. Carson in the backfield. And this time Carson up the middle. And Glacier Peak crowds him down. And there'll be a gain.
Yeah,
and a first down.
I think that was Austin Emmons.
Yeah, 76, big 76. And you can see their hands on their hips as the Glacier Peak defense, they have been tasked tonight. Adam Troxel, number 66, big junior, trying to stop the bleeding. 35-0, a $1.55 left in this first half. Carson, touchdown Tomahawks.
Wow, I don't know if you saw that on film. We talked to Coach earlier. Coach talked about his lateral quickness. Look at this move, how shifty he is. We talk about going north and south, but the ability to go east and west, he made that move perfectly, walked right into the end zone.
Get that kid a scholarship, 41-0. Marysville-Pilchuck, a stunner so far. And Dylan Carson, you're right. He's had there's some teams talking to him apparently in the play on Saturdays, but his dad telling us, head coach Brandon Carson, that, yeah, he's talking to some people, but my goodness, the guy is a complete player. I don't know at what level, but he's been outstanding tonight and all year round. It is up and it is good. Wolf puts another one through. $1.45 left in the first half. 42-0 all Tomahawks. Back here on a beautiful Friday night in fall here, Scott Ohsman, Sam Stutterer here. Sam, your first time seeing it. Glacier Peak, you watched the tape, we prepped. We did not, we knew Marysville-Pilchuck was a very good team. There's no doubt. There was no question.
No question. I think you could have made the argument for either of these teams putting together a win tonight. I don't think I saw it going 42-0 with still time left in the second.
They put 56 on Getchell at halftime, and I believe we're in the running clock portion of the program maybe. I thought it was 40 points, and this one's taken deep. That's by Ashton Olsen, and Olsen, he has a seam right side if he can get through. A great run back by Olsen across the 50, and they're getting good starting points now, at least, Sam, and they just haven't been able to do anything with them.
That's right. We'd love to see a scoring drive come out of this. That's exactly what you want to see over the half-yard line. Let's see him put some points on the board. You know, I do want to give credit as well. I'm not sure if you caught that, Scott. That was, again, Ashton Wolf on the tackle. I think that's 3.
Yes, he had to. Riverline fakes it. Now he's getting tackled, fumbled, and he picks it up again.
Wow.
And guess who? Big 52, Nathan Elwood.
Yeah, and thank goodness Riverline had the dexterity to come down with that on the way down because Nate was there and he was ready. I think the one thing we really didn't expect heading into this was ball security. We've seen that a few times tonight, and we really haven't seen that from Glacier Peak yet.
Just a reminder for those watching from afar, there is 0. It's a beautiful day as Lean tries to go over to Cooper Jensen. It's off almost another interception by the Tomahawks. And again, your guy there, 22, Noah Favor, in the middle of it all.
Yeah, Noah was so ready to make the tackle, I think he didn't realize the ball was just right in his basket.
No precipitation, about 73, 74 degrees. It's a beautiful night. So the ball should not be slick at all. 54 seconds left to go. 3rd and 15 now, and they just cannot get ahead of the sticks as we have a timeout on the field by Glacier Peak. We'll take a quick break and be back.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Just a few ticks left on the clock here in the first half, and Glacier Peak now, they have to just have a little self-help here with themselves and just say, hey guys, let's not worry about the score. Let's just try and do our thing. Let's just try and get some first downs. Let's try and get a good play after good play. Just take it play at a time, right?
That's right. And Riverline has the options for wide receivers. Let's start throwing it.
Lean back. Gets through, gets pressure, and it's fumbled again! And Elwood right there, and it looks like Torrey Watkins in the right place at the right time. He recovers, but another fumble here as Riverline, when he gets through the chute there on traffic, he's got to hold on to that ball. He's holding it like a loaf of bread.
Yeah, is that four fumbles we've seen? We've seen the ball hit the ground so often this game, and that's so crucial. One thing you need to make sure you focus on are the turnovers if it's 0-0, let alone 42-0.
Yeah, and it's 4th and 19 again. Just not a ton of options for the offensive coordinator, Brandon Hall. And the crowd here, the home crowd, the student section, they were fired up as we were walking in, and now I don't know what's going on. There's an official timeout, maybe? Second timeout called by head coach Shane Keck, and the wheels have fallen off here as time expires. Isn't that the half here, or what's going on? Because it should be running clock, I believe. That is. First half is done. 42-0. Halftime now here on STSPN.
the right side is dropped down at their sixth.
Player of the game, senior libero Lauren Riskill has control.
Championship district tournaments, we have it here on STSPN.
Plumbing technicians and apprentices. Working together, learning together, masters of the craft, passing on their skills and knowledge for the trade.
I'm Gene Jr., and we are growing fast. As one of the senior techs, I really enjoy sharing and teaching, really because I'm selfish and it makes me feel good.
Getting paid to teach and learn valuable skills that can support your life, family, and dreams.
Hi, I'm Renee. I'm an apprentice, and I like to learn from all these different plumbers. I want to be a plumber to provide a good lifestyle for myself and for my future dreams.
Rivertown Ale House was established in July of 1994 and is located at 1114 First Street in historic downtown Snohomish. Each time you visit the ale house, you may expect to find new beers and new food choices. Fred's Rivertown Ale House is well known throughout the beer community. Oftentimes, we are the first choice for breweries to introduce new beers, limited or specialty beers, and beers you just won't find anyplace else. At Fred's, we like to say that once we get you through the front door, our friendly service, relaxed family atmosphere, and our quality food and beverages will keep you coming back.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
Ashton Olsen, 6 foot, 175, wide receiver, DB.
Torrey Watkins, 215, 6'3", tight end, inside backer.
Luke Anderson, 195, 5'11", defensive end and left guard.
Caleb Koffler, 5'11", 165, quarterback, DB.
Jaden Klops, 6 foot, 175, wide receiver, DB.
Ryder Wilkinson, 6'4", 200, wide receiver, safety.
Matthew Lilick, 5'10", 185, running back, DB.
Michael Fant, 210, 6'1", inside linebacker.
Austin Emmons, 6'7", 270, offensive tackle, defensive tackle.
Matthew Mitchells, 5'9", 175, offensive guard and defensive end.
Jack Fullerton, 155, 5'9", wide receiver, DB.
Reggie Valmonte, 5'7", 170, wide receiver, DB.
Grayson LaFleur, 5'11", 200 pounds, outside linebacker and tight end.
Connor Putt, 6'1", 210 pounds, offensive tackle, defensive end.
Spencer DeHaan, 5'9", 160, running back and outside linebacker.
Jacob Erickson, 6'1", 205, center and DN.
Luke Owen, 6 foot, 170, center inside backer.
Anthony Guerrero, 6'2", 250, right tackle and defensive tackle.
Chase Cumming, 5'4", 155, running back and D-line.
Here at Veterans Memorial Stadium on the campus of Snohomish High School. Scott Ohsman, Sam Stutter here. Sam, it is unexpected. Everybody halftime looking around at each other going, what are we seeing? Marysville-Pilchuck, congratulations. You have absolutely showed up and put up, and you've just crushed so far this Glacier Peak Grizzly team that was ranked 8th in the state.
And again, this is 2 weeks in a row for Marysville-Pilchuck, right? They did the same thing last week.
Kind of the week before as they kick off, and Russell takes it. He had a nice run back, looking for room, and he's finally drug out of bounds at around the 31-32 yard line. 42-0 here, Marysville-Pilchuck. Head coach Brandon Carson just doing a tremendous job, him and his staff getting ready for this. They put it on, and it's a running clock no matter what here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, that last play is a perfect example, right? You saw Jamari Jefferson get in. We had a good run by Glacier Peak, but the Marysville-Pilchuck defense is swarming. We've seen that all game long.
So River Lean, the quarterback, just a junior for Glacier Peak, and takes this one by himself. I'm not sure if he was or wasn't supposed to, but he makes a little something out of nothing, and he gets a couple yards there.
Yeah, good run. Again, I really think right now, what do you think? Let it fly. Glacier Peak has the wide receivers to let it happen. We're down 42. I'm excited to see some maybe go,
just let
go
it
down
rip.
the field. That's right.
You have Cooper Jensen on the near side, number 4. Jaden Claps, 11 there, out on the far side, along with Sharzak. 2nd and 7. Lechner gets it. Trey Lechner has a nice little gain. He'll get across the 35. And he lose the ball again?
Yeah, I was going to say somehow, some way, Galen Gray seems to have a magnet in his pocket.
Yeah. Or Noah Faber, or you can name them. I mean, they're just doing a tremendous job up front. You see 82 in there, the senior, 6'3", 220-pound Braden Rogers, as Lechner's not going anywhere. And that has been the story all night. And there's Faber and Nate Elwood bringing him down. It's just been trouble. Bring up 4th and 8.
Yeah, again, continually trying to give credit where credit's due. You came in, Scott, and you said, who wins the line? That's what we're going to watch tonight. And I feel like both sides of the ball, Marysville-Pilchuck has really dominated.
It's possible, of course, with the big win over Woodinville last week for Glacier Peak. This is a little bit of a letdown game. I mean, you know, I guess. I mean, it's hard to, you know, hindsight 2020, of course.
It's like a late flag down there.
Is that a late flag or a spot? As the ball kind of trickled, I'm not sure. There are whistles flying here. As our referee, our white hat there, Dean Corcoran, go over and discuss with everybody. Well, the next game for Marysville-Pilchuck is Ferndale at home. And then they'll have, they're getting into conference play. As we look at the referee here, going to see what the flag is. Oh, they're waving the flag off. So they got Ferndale at home, and then they're going to go at Mount Vernon, the Bulldogs. Arlington, always a big game. Tomahawks and Arlington looks decent this year, and then they'll finish up at home against Oak Harbor. And I don't know. You never know. I don't see anything in their way, though, Sam, that it's going to stop this team.
Yeah, Coach Carson, I imagine he is telling his group, this is exactly where I want you to be in week 4.
The Tomahawks take over the discussion. They'll pick up the flag here at the 29, and he does hand it off to Carson. Carson slips out of one tackle. Now going, Jaden Claps, the last one to be there. Thank goodness there as they pat each other on the back. And Dillis Carson, he's honestly not had that big of a night for him.
I'm just thankful we saw the handoff and we were able to actually watch it through. That hasn't been our highlight of the game.
No, terrible. I'm not giving myself a very good grade in the first part of this game, let me tell you. 7:50 to go. Running clock, and Jace Luton, great interview on with Steve Willits and Tom Lafferty, as always, on their weekly show. Prep Sports Weekly, 1st and 10. And that one is number 2, and that is our friend Mr. Behar, who started this game out electric. Michael Behar.
Yeah, and I mean, you talk about game situation matching a team perfectly. Can you picture a team more suited than Marysville-Pilchuck to run?
Oh.
That's what Coach is telling them all day. He said, we're going to run this running clock nice and easy, and I feel like you have a superstar team to do it.
And Luton is running off, now running back on. 2nd and 8, 6:53 left to go. Now, they've had in 2019, they went 11-0 for the first time in Marysville-Pilchuck history. They ended up losing in the quarterfinals to Lincoln, but they had 2 1,000-yard rushers, one of them being Dylan Carson. As the handoff here, one more time, it's Carson. But that's like the teams, I'm trying to remember, with 2011, 12, 13, when Glacier Peak, in fact, we were just kind of in the early days of STSPN, we went up there, and they had a couple 1,000-yard rushers then, too. They've been running this system up in Marysville for many years. Head coach Carson now this 15th season. So they know this system well. They know they know what they're doing up there. They know how to run the pill. You know what I'm saying?
No kidding. 42-0, and we're still in the third. Yeah, they know what they're doing over there.
It's 3rd and 5. By the way, Luton under center. Who does he give the ball? He gets it to Velasquez, and nobody saw it coming. On his own to the 30, 20. Jaden Velasquez, touchdown, Tomahawks. And even I, for once, saw it.
I was going to say, huge shout out to my favorite listener, Sammy Newland. She gave credit right away on that, saying, wow, Scott and Sam actually saw where the ball went on a Marysville-Pilchuck touchdown. Only took us half the game.
My, oh my, and that just is an exclamation point on this one. And the GP defense had no idea who had the ball. 48-0, 5:33 left.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much that I think the Glacier Peak coaching staff can say to their team right now.
Well, you just gotta be a goldfish to steal a line from Ted Lasso. I mean, you just gotta flush this one. They have their first conference game next week at Mariner. Wow. And the Marauders, they don't care. And that's up and good. It's now 49-0. 5:33 left in the third as the clock should keep ticking, shouldn't it?
That's right.
It's not. But I would think it should. Well, the Mariners still in it. Let's go to our fill sheets.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Oh, my. The Mariners just hanging on by a thread in that wild card. Out 2.5. Playing tonight. And hanging in there. Checking the scores here. As they're trying to stay fighting against the Angels, up 3-2 through 5.
Yeah, the last game I went to, Scott, was Mariners, Angels, and I will say, love my Mariners, but I saw a home run from Ohtani.
What do you mean the last one? The last one you went was with me.
Oh, my gosh, look at me. I'm 2 behind. That's right. Last one was with you. I tried to block that one out as fast as I
Come
can.
on,
Clearly,
yeah, I don't blame you. Kansas City, they lost. The Mariners lost that night as well.
But the last time I had fun at a Mariners game, no, I'm
yes,
kidding.
absolutely.
No,
I can take it, Sam. Kicks it off. He'll take it in. But he was a touchback as he was in, as Russell getting the duties there for Glacier Peak. Yeah, you saw Ohtani.
Oh, he hit a home run. I've never seen it before in a ballpark. The entire Mariners crowd, everyone just kind of looked at each other like, did that just really happen?
He is
Crushed
special.
it.
He
Crushed
is
it.
special. He should win MVP in my opinion, but we'll see what happens.
I'm with you on that.
First and 10 from their own 20. Glacier Peak, River Lean fakes the handoff. Looking, going across, and it's caught by Cooper Jensen. Cooper with some space across the 50 into Tomahawk territory. The first catch of the night with 4:46 left to go in the third by their star, Cooper Jensen.
Now, the key that I want to highlight there, the first time in this game I have seen River Lean be able to stay in the pocket. And look what happened. When he just had time, that's how suffocating that defense has been all night long.
First and 10, he's going to fake again. It's blocked by the big fella up front. That's big Blake Jones, 6'3", 240, the senior.
Yeah, 6'3" and hand raised. That's about as good as it gets.
See, he just drives in, and he's just taking care of business. And that defensive line, we've talked about it all night. They are just spectacular performance tonight.
Yeah, you hear a lot about can't teach size, but one thing that Coach Carson really emphasized was the athleticism as well.
Lean finds a little rhythm, and he's cut down by number 23, Jackson Petermeyer.
Yeah, another great senior, great tackle there. But, hey, this is the fastest we've seen the chains move for Glacier Peak. Yeah, coming out of halftime with a little bit of juice.
First and 10. Not many first downs tonight. Fakes the handoff. River looking downfield. Going to throw it just high, trying to get a collapse.
Yeah, I think that's the third connection to collapse. They haven't been able to connect yet tonight, but they really are trying.
Claps coming in, and he averaged 39 yards a catch.
Wow.
They've been able to throw the rock downfield for some big chunks, but just not tonight. And credit again to this Marysville-Pilchuck defense.
Yeah, I mean, all the way through, right? It's coverage down the field as well. We keep giving credit to the line, but they're really doing a great job each and every position.
Second and 10. Rough, and he hits the ground, and River just has to pick it up. We've seen that all night. Still going. And River doesn't care about the score. He's fighting for another yard. Good job out of him. But they have had trouble all night long on the snaps, on the handoffs. As we bring you inside, Scott Ohsman, Sam Stoddard here. And, boy, we wish it was a tighter game for all involved with 2:31 left, Sam. But this Marysville-Pilchuck, I don't know who's gonna try and keep up with these guys as they head down into conference play.
Yeah, you play like this, who can stop you? You're putting up 49 points.
Just
incredible.
It's cold-blooded. 3rd and 3. See if they get a clean exchange. He fakes it to Lechner. Now he's got trouble. And it is caught by Torrey Watkins, and that'll be a GP first down. So something to smile about, at least for Glacier Peak.
And Torrey Watkins is so dynamic. We've seen him tonight make multiple plays on defense, but you kind of go back to that piece on just great athlete. Love to see him utilized more than he has been tonight.
What a catch by that. They had to get that one off his shoestrings. As it's a 1st and 10 now at the 24. River looking. He's looking long, and he connects with Cooper Jensen inside the 10 to the 9.
It's the same thing we just saw. If we can protect Riverline and give him some time in that pocket, makes great throws. He just hasn't had the opportunity now. He's been running all night long.
Torrey Watkins had to come across and get a block on the tomahawk driving in. So this is the farthest they've been in tomahawk territory all night long. They give it to Lechner, left side. Trey gets in, and a Glacier Peak touchdown. Trey Lechner with 56 left to go in the 3rd, and Glacier Peak finally gets on the board.
Yeah, great run. This is what we were expecting to see. We were expecting this heading into this game, right? We wanted to see some power runs. We wanted to see some dynamic moves. Great to see them get on the board. That was a great run.
Trey Lechner on Twitter today. We heard this. Congratulations. He's got an offer from the Air Force is what I saw earlier. That's incorrect. I apologize, but I think that's what I saw on Twitter. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Nevada. I apologize. Right. Nevada. That's right. Trey Lechner, Nevada, as Sam McAfee puts it through. And GP gets on the board and gives their fans something to cheer about, but still, it's all tomahawk all night long right here.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
All right. We talked Major League Baseball a little bit for Seattle Mariner fans. It's fun to actually pay attention as a 23, 4, 5 years I've lived here. I can't remember. Anyway, it's been a while, and it's fun to pay attention to baseball in September. We haven't had that here in 20 years.
That's right. It's exciting. It's exciting. We're trying to cling on. I love being able to have something to jump onto. You and I were talking earlier. It's like, you know, we want something to get behind. We miss that here.
We need it.
That's right.
The city needs it. We got the Seahawks. They just threw up on themselves the second half last week against Tennessee, and they're going to meet the Vikings on Sunday at the Vikings. That's going to be a tough one, as this one's taken around the 8-yard line, and it's Velasquez again, who's had a heck of a night tonight, and he's taken down right at the 30-yard line, and the Tomahawks will be back at it once again.
Yeah, that was number 1, Chase Cumming. Great run, kind of a backup running back.
Oh, was that number 1? That wasn't 10?
No, that's 21 on Glacier Peak with a stop.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. But just a great job on trying to get in front of Velasquez. That's one of the most hardest, toughest assignments you could ask for.
It is. Jay Slutin, the quarterback. The senior, number 7, 6'1", 185. Hasn't had a run. It came in only 14 pass attempts coming into tonight, and he's got a couple tonight. He goes under center. And he gets it off. Gray. Can he take it to the house one more time? Claps finally gets him. But Gray, and hopefully he's okay. Galen Gray, hopefully he's just tired from a big night. A huge pickup for Galen Gray, and he kind of went down funny as Claps. And hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him, but he grabbed his leg, and we hope that's okay. He's been just special tonight, hasn't he, the junior?
Just incredible. We hope he's okay and are sending good thoughts down there, but unbelievable performance. We saw him right off the bat with an interception, ran right back. Literally the next scoring drive, Scott, I believe he took it in for a touchdown run. Just unbelievable.
Pick 6.
That's right.
There he goes. He gets up. He looks like he's in good shape. Thank goodness.
Yeah, and you know the coaching staff over on Marysville-Pilchuck is just smiling right now.
And that's going to bring us to the fourth quarter. We'll step away. We'll be back to wrap this one up in quarter number 4. 49-7 all, Marysville-Pilchuck.
Fred's Rivertown Ale House was established in July of 1994 and is located at 1114 First Street in historic downtown Snohomish. Each time you visit the ale house, you may expect to find new beers and new food choices. Fred's Rivertown Ale House is well known throughout the beer community. Oftentimes, we are the first choice for breweries to introduce new beers, limited or specialty beers, and beers you just won't find anyplace else. At Fred's, we like to say that once we get you through the front door, our friendly service, relaxed family atmosphere, and our quality food and beverages will keep you coming back.
Back here as we start the fourth, and this one just got out of control early, Sam, and it just kept unraveling, and then Glacier Peak just kept wounding themselves with fumbles, pick sixes, penalties. It's just been one thing after the other, but credit to the Tomahawks. They have just been incredible.
No kidding.
And this time, it's Bayar who's again been outstanding, the senior, and they are a triple-headed monster with Carson, Bayar, and Gray.
Yeah, and you saw there the misdirection. They have been doing that all game long, and that is incredibly tough pressure to put on the defense to have to keep making those reads, keep trying to track down where the ball is, and then, oh yeah, I've got to tackle that individual.
And Jace Luton runs off every time, almost every time, and he's trying to work the clock, 11:25. Running clock, even though it's 49-7, but it's still 40 plus, so sorry, yeah, I wasn't, obviously didn't get a degree in math.
That's why we're up here, Scott.
That's right. And now he's got Faber in the backfield and kind of bumps into number 11, who's not usually in there, Lucian Curtis. And you see, if you get the timing off on that.
Yeah, you know, one thing I want to call attention to, again, just kudos, Marysville-Pilchuck. That's one of the first, I don't even know if you'd say negative yard plays, but it's amazing.
Yeah,
they put together a whole game.
Loss.
And that's one of the only things we can call attention to that wasn't a positive yard play. That's a pretty incredible thing to do, especially against a defense like Glacier Peak.
Yeah, and you got Noah Faber, who's been just crazy good on defense all night long. He's now in the backfield, or he was, on that last play. And you got Lucian Carter, yeah, in Faber there in the back. 3rd and 12, ball in the Glacier Peak 19. They rush! And I don't know if he was offsides or not, but they pitched the ball. And he's tackled is Bayar.
Yeah, that's twice now. Number 9 for Glacier Peak.
Yeah, Tyler Kinney
gets right in there, but still the option is there. It didn't really matter.
He
that's
timed
how
it.
good they are.
Yeah, he timed it perfectly. His assignment was 22. And he did his assignment well,
That's
Sam.
right.
4th and 16, that's right. Wolf can boot it. Ashton Wolf, the 6'1 senior, apparently he has got quite a leg, but I see Luton out one more time. Oh, come on, we almost see like a 40-yarder.
That's right, we were told 52.
Faber in the backfield. This time they do hand it off to Lucian. Lucian is caught up in the backfield. That might be the 2nd tackle for loss or so. Not too many, and a great play there for Glacier Peak by Micah Harrelson.
Yeah, great read. You feel like as you enter film sessions this upcoming week, that's what the coaching staff for Glacier Peak is going to show. So why don't we do that earlier in the game? We're doing that in the fourth quarter. That's a great read. They did a fantastic job. It's just a little bit too late.
You got to stay on your keys. You got to be assignment disciplined. But at the same time, yes, the defense have obviously taken on the chin here with 49 points, but the Glacier Peak offense hasn't been able to do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they got 7 on the board late here, but they have not been able to produce at all or even stay on the field.
Yeah.
Get ready for our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game. After we had to talk about who that's going to be. 8:52 left in the game, Sam. That's your job to pick that. I didn't tell you that before you came in. So
We'll be ready.
Stay tuned. We'll get a shirt to that Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game. We want to thank Adrenaline Fundraising for their long-time support of STSPN and all these student athletes. Tomahawks come out here. And got some new kids here on defense as Glacier Peak. Riverline still in the game, fakes it to Lechner, sits back, passes. It's caught. Sarzak gets down into Tomahawk territory to the 45. And another good, nice connection, clean pocket, Sam.
Remember we said first 2 to Sarzak were missed opportunities. Each one got closer and closer. We said number 3, though. It's going to be right on the money. That was a great job.
I'll give you that. You're the fortune teller in the booth. Big first down for Glacier Peak. 8:19 left to go. Lean looking again. This time he's going to let it rip. Trying to go deep to Cooper Jensen too much.
Yeah, it's a great play. A little bit overthrown, but again, it's exciting to see Glacier Peak utilize some of these offensive weapons that we've seen week over week for the first 3 weeks.
For sure, and it's just a little bit too little too late.
Yeah.
Now, where's your allegiances in college football? I mean, you grew up in Vegas, even though you said you're not really a Vegas Raider fan that much.
Yeah, it's hard for me. I went to school at UNLV, which 0-3 right now, so I don't have a whole lot to celebrate there. I just smile humbly. It's like we see a flag coming by, about a 49-yard throw from the referee there. Nicely done.
Lean on the scramble. He gets a first down and much more. A nice little pickup, but and it's going to be on Glacier Peak. Every time we've seen this before, even in the first half when there wasn't quite a spread as it is now, they'd get a pickup and a flag and pull it all back.
Yeah, it's been mental mistakes. You think about the ball hitting the ground, you think about fumbles, you think about penalties. It's really been one-sided as well. It ties right into the score.
Where's your keys? What are your keys? Let's playing smart. Let's go pick. We got to pick our Adrenaline Fundraiser Player of the Game for obviously Pilchuck. Well, I mean, Michael Bear. You know what? Galen Gray to me has been just unbelievable on defense, on offense. What do you think of that? I mean, that pick 6.
Everywhere.
He's had 2 touchdowns. He had a 39-yard run.
Yeah,
I think it's number 3 in white for Marysville-Pilchuck, our Adrenaline Fundraiser Player of the Game, Galen Gray, 5'8" junior, and he's just a junior.
Yeah, just a fantastic job all game long. Saw that touchdown here on the right side of the field where he intercepted it, ran it back, and then again, I can't say it enough, exactly the next scoring play was him.
Yep.
Talk about just the absolute stud.
He was had a great night. Lean back to pass after the penalty. Flips it over. Wide open is Ashton Olsen, and it just falls out of his hands. And that's just been kind of like the night right there.
That's right. That's what it comes down to. We've seen it time and time again. I keep going back to, if there's one positive takeaway from Glacier Peak, it's that, hey, if we can give Riverline time in the pocket, really good things happen. It's just we've seen maybe 4 or 5 of those plays over the course of this game. It's exciting to see. There just hasn't been many of them.
6:16 left. Running clock. 3rd and 12 from the Marysville-Pilchuck 47. Lean once again. He looks. He's got time, but it's running out. There's a big block, and he scrambles. He's going to take it in his own. Still on his feet to the 35, to the 30, and he'll stay in bounds. Doesn't really matter. He's finally pushed out. River Lean has a big run there down inside the 20.
Yeah, we haven't really seen a lot of running this season yet by River Lean. I love the way you said it, where he really hasn't had to yet, but it's good to see that he's got the capability.
Well, Glacier Peak, they have Mariner coming in. Then they go against Kamiak in the reset 4A North at Kamiak. Then they got a big meeting on October 15th. That's going to be a home game against North Creek, as you see Dean Coker in there.
I think it's a personal foul on Marysville-Pilchuck.
Okay.
Called down one of the player a little bit late into the play, but it looks like we're going to see this ball move forward.
So North Creek, they've been very good so far. And then the Jackson Timberwolves, an old foe for Glacier Peak. And then they end on October 29th. Happens to be my wedding anniversary. But with the Lake Stevens Vikings, and we don't have a score right now, they're playing Archbishop Murphy. And they're just always a juggernaut. And Glacier Peak looking for their first win over Lake Stevens, like everybody else in the 4A WESCO in many, many, many years. So they'll get it to the 6. 1st and goal on the 6. Lechner. And he's in for a Glacier Peak touchdown.
That's Lechner's 2nd of the night. Great run.
6-yard run by Trey Lechner. Again, shout out Nevada, go Wolfpack.
That's right.
And he's a big-time player. Just not tonight. Hasn't gotten it going.
Now, let me ask you this, guy. You've got a great handle of football here in this region. Talk me through where your head was heading into this game and how this played out. No way you saw it going like this,
No.
right?
I thought it was going to be a really interesting game because you had Marysville-Pilchuck, and we talked about their line play and how they wanted to run. And the Glacier Peak, this is one of the strongest, biggest, toughest lines, offensive line and defensive line that Glacier Peak's had in some time. And the accuracy of River Lean, the power on the skill positions with Cooper Jensen and Jaden Claps and Ashton Olsen again. I thought it was a great matchup. Torrey Watkins, again, they had a lot of power, and I thought it'd be an interesting matchup as far as a conflict there, because if Glacier Peak could stop the run or even slow down the run, you force Marysville-Pilchuck to pass, which they haven't had to do, and that could make it an interesting game.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. One thing you talked about heading into this game, you said, Marysville-Pilchuck, I want that defense to show me.
Yeah.
Who are they? Did you get that answer for you tonight?
I think so. I think everybody got it answered. We didn't know. They've had a good offense, but we didn't quite understand how good they were coming out of the 3 wins against, Shorecrest, Stanwood, and Getchell. And now we know they'd only given up 14 points so far, and look at the scoreboard, 14.
That's right.
4:23 left to go, the running clock.
Yeah, this has just been incredible. I can't really recall a game that I've seen more one-sided. They've really dominated every second of this game.
Every phase of the game, the Tomahawks have dominated every phase, and they have come here on the road as McAfee with a pooch kick. It's taken up short, and he's knocked down at the 40-yard line. And is that Favor? It is. Noah Favor with the ball. Glacier Peak's been involved in some one-sided ones. I mean, really, they've been on the favorable side. They've been on the losing side here and there.
Yeah, I like what you talked about. Losing a game, whether it's 49-14, 149-14, it's just a game. I love what you talked about. Flush it.
You got to flush it because
move on. The
reality is this is a tough one, and again, maybe it was a letdown from the high coming off the Woodinville. We don't really know how great Woodinville is in that tough Kinko division down there, but you got to go into conference play. I mean, really, that's all that's got to matter now.
Right.
And you have an opportunity here in conference as we go into a full regular season out of the pandemic here. And this one's stuffed up inside as we have a new quarterback in. Always fun for the youngsters to get an opportunity. That's number 17, Grady Roney, the 5'11 sophomore, coming in to run things with 3:05 left.
Yeah, you hope that some of these reps just help, right? That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
You have a good game like this where you put a couple points on the board and you get some of those other individuals in to get some time, and that just aids into the program that we talked about. 15 years for Coach Carson, right? It's things like this, giving players the ability to come in, to learn, to really start developing their skill sets.
Glacier Peak, that school just opening in 2008. Shane Keck here in his 4th season technically, taking over for Bender, and once again it's number 2, Michael Bayar, who's been great as well. Could have given him the Adrenaline Fundraiser Player of the Game, but we said no. We're going to give it to Galen Gray.
That's right. Yeah, again, I keep going back to my big takeaway on Marysville-Pilchuck is the amount of talent they have in that backfield. I think the name of the game for them is going to be exactly what we see tonight. They're going to run, and they're going to run hard. They're going to do a lot of trickery in the backfield to open things up down the field. But we didn't really see any passes. We saw a couple, but
we saw one deep pass that was completed. Yeah,
we know what this team does.
And Jace Luton can throw the ball. His head coach said, yeah, he can throw it. If we need to pass more, we can do it. Fumble on the exchange. Yeah, it looks like MP will retain it. Brady getting a good chance in here. Grady Roney.
Yeah,
and there's a timeout with 1:23 left to go. Our Adrenaline Fundraiser Player of the Game, Galen Gray, number 3, the junior. He has done it all. Offense, defense. He's got a pick 6, 2 touchdowns.
So
spectacular.
Electrifying, so fun to watch, so talented. Coach Carson keyed us off on that as well, talking about how talented those players were at that lateral quickness. We saw it this game. They made great moves all across the backfield.
And Marysville-Pilchuck, I tell you, if you're Ferndale, I don't know what's going on with Ferndale, but I see this game and I am going, oh my goodness.
No question. No question.
I'm coming into a storm here. Ferndale 1-0, 4-0 on the season. We don't know about tonight, coming into tonight. So, that's a big, the 3A North is crowded. There's a lot going on. You have obviously Pilchuck here. You got Ferndale, Arlington, Getchell, Stanwood, Mount Vernon, Oak Harbor. So there's a lot of teams in that 3A North as a rare punt for Marysville-Pilchuck with $1:41 left to go in the game. Let's see who's going to get to punt this. That is also Ashton Wolf. And it's going to bounce out of bounds around the 20.
It's a good punt.
STSPN will be back here next Friday night. I believe I'm looking to my right, Todd, is Snohomish Panthers. Kicking on home, and Joey Hammer getting the kids ready to go.
One thing we talked about, Scott, heading into this, Marysville-Pilchuck was beating opponents. I think average 43 points a game was their differential. Yeah. Amazing to see him continue to put up these big numbers. Great pass over the middle.
That is a good, and that's Torrey Watkins. And Snohomish against Shorecrest tonight, and next Friday night they got a big task at Lake Stevens. No, I'm sorry, it's here on STSPN, Snohomish Lake Stevens. Next Friday night, right here on STSPN, kickoff at 7 p.m. So the Vikings come in to take on the Panthers. Riverline back to pass. Getting some business up there, and he's taken down with the gain as the clock ticks down. Sam Stutter, you were awesome. This has been fun, man.
This was great. great.
Hope you had a good time. Sorry we couldn't get a better game for you.
Nah, this is fantastic. Again, at the end of the day, it's 70 degrees. We're watching high school football on a Friday night. Doesn't get better.
And that will do it. Our Adrenaline fundraiser player of the game, Marysville-Pilchuck, the Tomahawk, Galen Gray, the junior, and we're going to get a shirt to him as you see the teams high five, shake hands, and congratulations to the Tomahawk, Brandon Carson. They have got one heck of a team, and I tell you what, they got all kinds of talent, but it starts with the biggins up front. I mean, you got a lot of two-pizza situation up front.
Hey, that's right. And you know what? They're fun to watch.
They are.
They're fun. How many times we get fooled tonight? They are fun
too many
to watch.
For this play-by-play guy. Way too many. I'm going to get called into the principal's office. I got too many.
That's right.
So Glacier Peak just has to kind of lick their chops here and just move on. They got a big first conference game at Mariner. Again, reminder, STSPN will have the Lake Stevens Snohomish Panthers game next Friday night right here, 7 o'clock kickoff. As you see, Marysville-Pilchuck celebrating as we're trying to find Galen Gray to give him his T-shirt.
Well deserved.
Look at that. They deserve it, Sam. This is a heck of a team. I don't know where they're going to go in the Cascadia Preps rankings. Obviously, Glacier Peak 8, they're going to drop out. Right now, they have them as 7, and this is one heck of a football team with a big, long pride and tradition. This 2021 cast, they got something going, and a lot of them are juniors.
That's right. That's exactly right. Amazing. You talk about a trend you want to see heading in with the first 4 weeks of football. That coaching staff is going to be ecstatic right now.
We're going to get our Adrenaline fundraiser player of the game here, Galen Gray, and we will get him his T-shirt for sure. We unfortunately could not do an interview. So, for our executive producer, Todd Elvig, the 5-tool player, running the board. Martin on camera, Sarah Elvig on camera. And for Sam Stoddard, Scott Ohsman saying, so long, Marysville-Pilchuck 49, Glacier Peak 14. Good night, everybody. I cannot hear you. Try it again. Oh. Keep talking.
Check.
No. Whoa.
Check.
Now I can kind of hear you.
I got him.
Put that thing right up in there now.
Is that good?
There you go. Now you're
Okay.
perfect. All right, we're going to be looking over here. All righty. You're so fast. We didn't see you. We're looking at Galen Gray, our Adrenaline Fundraiser Player of the Game tonight. Yeah, what a game. I mean, you coming off 3 big wins. Obviously, the Berry Bowl is a big deal, right?
Yes, sir.
In the torrential downpour.
Yeah.
You coming into this game, Glacier Peak coming off a big win.
Yes, sir.
Talk about what was the talk there between the team and everybody else coming in tonight?
We knew they were a good team. We just came prepared. We played some tomahawk football. That's what we do.
And how do you guys practice? Again, I was fooled, and I should know. I've done a lot of your games. I should know better. But the binoculars, man, Luton and you guys, it's like a magician act back there with the plays. We didn't know if you had the ball, if Jordan had the ball, who had the ball. How many times in a row do you guys have to do that? And you're probably doing it since you were little, right?
Yeah, we do that every practice. Practicing our fakes and all that.
What were you seeing on that pick 6? You had 3 touchdowns tonight.
Yes, sir.
What did you see on that pick 6? As River Lean, he was trying to get, I think, to 15 Lechner.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of traffic. Tell us what you saw there.
I just seen everybody rolling my side, and I picked up the running back like I was supposed to, and I read the QB like I was supposed to too, and I just took off.
Is this surprising to you at all tonight, the outcome, or no?
Yeah, this is my best game I played this year.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Well, you deserve it. Sam was saying, you were everywhere. On offense, you were everywhere. On defense, you were absolutely everywhere on every play. I think you guys have a heck of a future here this year.
Yes, sir.
Against Ferndale. Anything else? I mean, 3 touchdowns. Have you got 4 in you or what?
I got you next game. I got you next game.
I think our T-shirt for Adrenaline Fundraiser Player of the Game. I think that's. Oh, we got it. Is that it right over there? All right, let's get it to him. Galen Gray, what a night for the Tomahawks and what a night for you. Hold it up, look right in there. Our Adrenaline Fundraiser Player of the Game. I mean, you deserved it. We could have handed it out to a lot of people, but
yeah.
I mean, you were doing it on both sides.
Thank you, guys.
You're
Much
welcome.
love.
Absolutely. That's going to do it for tonight. We'll wrap it up for the second time. Todd Elvig, Sam Stohs, Scott Ohsman. See you next time on STSPN. That's awesome, man.
Right beside is brought down after. Player of the game, senior libero Lauren Riskill has